Greetings, everyone. Tim Anderson here, aka Renfail, and I am joined by you, other man.
Well, you're pointing at Chris.
Oh, well, on my screen, I'm
On my...
pointing at you.
Oh, yeah. That's why I was like waiting. So, Joey, Intradlord.
And Chris.
There we go. All right, so now that we've got the introductions out of the way, welcome to the latest update for Project Dramond, which is the project that we are working on together. Joey and I have done a few brainstorming episodes. I think the last time Chris joined us was March 1st, which was the video we did to announce the project and kick the project off. And then since then, Joey and I have done weekly brainstorming sessions on Wednesday nights, but we've kind of gotten to the point where we don't need to do any more brainstorming sessions. So we
At the
figured
moment.
rather, what's that?
At the moment.
Yeah, at the moment, we've got a pretty good 6 month chunk ahead of us now that we could just get work done and just produce, and that's what we're working on now. So we figured we would use these episodes, these Wednesday night sessions, to hop on and do a quick, 10-minute video, however long it is, just to kind of get you up to speed with what all of us have been working on for the past week or two and what you can anticipate seeing in the future. Um, I will go first, and then I'll have Chris update, and then you can go last year because hers will be quick, quicker
Okay.
than yours and mine. So I have been working on the maps, the world map, I guess I should say. Still a few sessions out from having that done. Um, I just shared a post on I think Saturday or Sunday. I think it might have been Saturday because Sunday was the adventure game update. So I think it was Saturday I shared a post about the map evolution from March 1st up until this past weekend. I think I've done seven sessions with Incarnate, and the map is getting done. Still a few sessions away from finishing it, but that's a public Patreon post that everyone can go see. And you can also check out the Project Dramond playlist here on YouTube to see all of those map videos as I've gone through and worked on the map. I'm also doing um, today as an example. I wrapped up the half elf and human descriptions for the races. So all the racial descriptions are done now. And then we've got to do some editing to that, but all that was done this week. And on the book front, I'll be working on that later this week, but we've basically got the first chapters done, outlined, and then Joey and I had a brainstorming session last week, which was session 4, where we lined out pretty much the story arc for the first book as well as the overall arc for all of the stories. So that's what I've been working on top of the daily social media, TikToks, and things of that nature, as well as the 3 time weekly Patreon posts, which come out Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. So Tuesdays are the core rulebook updates. Thursdays are the book and/or concept art updates. The update that's coming out tomorrow, as an example, is a um, concept art update. And then Sundays are the adventure game updates. And this last update from Sunday was jam packed with a lot of stuff. I think there's 3 videos in that one, so there's a lot of stuff going on. Chris, what have you been working on?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I have been working and drawing some towns and this like that and bridge drawing some bridge. This I don't know if you can see. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, like this. This is a tree. This is a bridge. Yeah, and and another like it's a town that I did, but I think what's this?
Hmm.
And no, the other is in there with a
Let's.
horse. like this. And I have another that I did.
Yeah, don't show that one.
What?
Don't show that one.
No. No. That.
Is that the other bridge one?
Oh,
No,
wait.
she's got like anatomy drawings. It's like don't show that
Oh
one on the
no!
stream.
Don't show that. No.
Wait. See. I see. I don't know.
Well, that's fine, Chris, because I'll be sharing it in the post
It's
tomorrow.
a town. The other that I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Lots of
that's
drawings.
yeah, lots of drawings.
Yeah.
All right, Joey, what have you
Cool
been working on?
drawings. Me?
Mm-hmm.
Doors mostly. Oh my goodness. So getting to play around with actually working on certain interactions within the game, which is fun because I've never got to do that before, on a large scale anyway. So playing around with Blueprint, getting a handle on how that stuff works, visual scripting, and playing around with the new asset pack that we got, figuring out how to use the.
Thanks to the community, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. Um, Figuring out how to use the assets within there to meet our needs. But the thing that I was really working on last week was trying to get it to where we could, and I finally got it. Like, what was that? Last night, finally got it functioning the way I wanted it to, um, where we can use a door to teleport from an exterior scene to an interior scene, which is going to be very helpful with this first zone that we're planning on doing, where we have 5 scenes. We have an exterior scene, 4 interior scenes. Um, so now that I have that done, that's kind of the heavy lifting of the moment done, because now I can go through and flesh out some great boxing of the other 3 exteriors, finish the exterior for the tavern, and then start doing some interior stuff, and then I can actually start adding other types of interactable things, because you're gonna have stuff with inside the buildings that you can interact with, along with the NPCs inside that you can interact with. So I'll have to figure out, get the dialogue system, which that's probably gonna be the most complicated if I had to guess. Um, so yeah, just been working on figuring out how stuff interacts with the player within the system that we have to work with. So, and I feel like not to toot my own horn, but I feel like we've made some pretty good progress on that this
No,
last
I
week.
think, especially if you consider the, you know, quote unquote complexity of an adventure game, of a point and click adventure game, it really is just about interactable objects. So
Sure.
getting the doors out of the way is great because that's pretty much all of the scenes are going to be interior or exterior.
Sure, and the same mechanic is going to be used to zone. So when you get to the edge of a zone line, there just won't be a door there, but the same visual script is going to be used to zone to the next
Transfer
zone.
you over. So having that out of the way means now that we have our zoning taken care of, now it's just a matter of getting interactable objects and NPCs workable. And then
Dialogue.
once, yeah, all the dialogue stuff, because the dialogue will take up a huge chunk. Um,
Mm.
so that's all good progress. If you haven't checked out the TikTok video that Joey put up on his TikTok the other day, he actually shows the implementation of the doors working. There's a link in Discord for that, for those of you who want to check that out. Let's see. This upcoming week, I think on my agenda, other than tomorrow's post, which is concept art from Chris, I'm working on the Elven Civil War and the Quantum War backstories. Both of those backstories kind of need to be fleshed out, and then I will probably go do some more outline work on the book. And then this week, we'll see if I do any map work. I had a little bit of an accident and burned my fingers yesterday, so I'm not sure if I'll get any map work done this week because my finger's a little sensitive and using the mouse is a little tricky right now. So we'll see if I get any more map work done. But since I use dictation software for all of the written stuff, I'll just be working on that instead. Chris, you're going to be working on. You have another exterior, right? Um, that mountain. I'll let her nod because she has to mute and unmute her microphone because we're in the same room, so it's tricky. So yeah, she's going to be working on the next piece. Will be tomorrow or the day after. She's going to start work on this cool kind of landscape with a castle in the background and a figure in the foreground. Joey, you're working on. What are you working on for Sunday's update?
So for Sunday's update, I would definitely like to have. I'll probably finish since I'm already started with the tavern. I'd like to go ahead and start fleshing out the like. I want to put like some windows and stuff like that on the exterior, just so that we have a good, better visual representation of that. And I'll probably go ahead and start shaping out to scale the interior of the tavern and start thinking like, okay, probably want to put our bar top here, maybe some tables here, and start working on the design of the tavern interior. Get my camera angle, that
Yeah,
kind of
that's
stuff.
the other thing too. Joey and I were looking at. One of the
Oh, that's another
things.
thing. Camera angles.
Yeah,
Got
we got.
that done this week too.
Yes, and he got the fixed camera angles working. So now we can literally take that camera and put it anywhere we want in the scene, and it gives us the angle that we want. So that'll allow us to do some cool cinematography in terms of how we want to tell the story within a specific scene because we can actually put that camera in specific locations. Um, Something that we've talked about before, and I want to talk about it briefly before we wrap up tonight's video. Um, we are doing, I would say, everything we're going to be doing for this first game. I would say most of it's going to be done through purchased assets, right? I would assume probably most of it. We might do some kit bashing, but um, we've been doing a lot of digging into. I think that was last week. We did some digging into um, the Unreal store, and we've kind of picked out the half a dozen assets or so that we think we're going to need to fully flesh this game out. And we really don't need a lot because we're not doing combat, or at least we're not planning to do combat for this first one. It's just a puzzle-based game. So what we really need are, we have the pack that we picked up, which is this really cool point-and-click adventure pack, which has a bunch of built-in tools, and then we've looked at uh, a city pack, a docks pack, that we've looked at. We need some sort of a ruins pack for the island, and then we'll need some sort of an exterior pack for the landscape of the island. So there's 4 packs we need there, and then we looked at another one that has like medieval signs and things like that. So there's 5 or 6. For We'll probably need something for equipment as well, so that our character can have cool armor and even if he's not necessarily in combat, you want him to pick things up along the way so that the character can start looking cooler as he goes along. So we're thinking, half a dozen packs should be enough to get us up and going. Um, and it's just going to be about splicing everything together and getting it working. But it's a lot different than what we were working on previously with the Saga of Lucemia, and spending 6.5 years putting together an MMORPG. That's a lot different than what we're doing here, um, because we don't have to worry about the networking. We don't have to worry about you know all these other things. Um, so onwards and upwards with that. I think that's. Are you drawing? Sorry, Chris is doodling over there. All right, I got nothing else. You got anything else you want to add, Chris? Anything that you want to add? No, nothing. All right, well that's gonna be, I think, it for tonight. That was a 15-minute episode. I think that's nice and short. So I'll
Nice
I'll
little
go
update.
I'll go first and say thanks everyone for tuning in, and thanks again to the supporters on Patreon. Um, we've already been able to pick up the first pack because of your support. And as we go along, that support is going to allow us to pick up the other packs that we need. And also, we're looking at, I think here pretty soon, we're going to pick up a tablet for Chris, so that she can start transferring her pencil drawings over into digital, so then I can start importing those into the core rulebook and the chapters. So the support from everybody at Patreon helps out with all that stuff. So thank you very much. Thank you for your support. And if you haven't already done so, I would say don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon so that you get updates for all of our future videos. Check out the playlist, check out the TikToks, check out the Discord, and of course, check out the Patreon for everything related to Project Dramond. So, thank you so much from me, and I will see everybody in the next one. I'll let you guys say good night as well.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you around every week.
Yes, thank you for your support and good night.
See everybody.